Hey guys, this is the driving and setup tutorial for the Road Pro race at Homestead. So this is pretty much the same as C Open, but I did update the setup and I recorded some new data here. I think it's a bit faster and better driving, so put a lot of work in here, and I think the setup's pretty good, and I think I drove really well. So hopefully these are all really good baselines and benchmarks to work off of, and you guys can work through the weekend and improve even more. So let's take a look at the hot lap first, and then I'll talk about the setup. So lap two is my fastest lap. I mean, lap one's the same speed, but lap two I think I drove a little bit better anyway, so I'll show this. And you'll notice it's a little bit loose, and we're not braking at all. So let me play this in full speed. So we're staying right up near the wall on entry to the corner. Pretty shallow entry. We're aiming to get our left side tires right down on that seam on the bottom. Right on it now. Tracking out up to the wall here, we can use this groove on the top as a bit of an advantage because there's a lot more banking up there. It'll catch you on exit. Same deal in 3 and 4, except it's just a little bit wider of an entry this time. Again, we're going to clip that seam on the bottom with our left side tires and now track out right up to the wall. Use that third groove and right to the wall for a 93. Alright, so this next lap we're doing, I'll play at slower speed and break down turn one at least. So we're staying up right near the wall on entry to the corner. You want to pretty much follow this safer barrier for a little while, and then get down into this corner. You're going to slowly let out of the throttle. You don't need to get right out of it immediately. And then as we're getting to that line, you sort of squeeze into the throttle. This thing's a little bit loose, so you don't want to jam right onto the throttle. It will break sideways, so you got to slowly get out of the throttle. Now, all the way on corner exit, we're never on the right front tire. And if that's confusing, what do I mean by on the right front? Well, I mean, I'm not turning the wheel a lot and the truck's still turning. So that means it's the right rear tire turning the car, not the right front. And you can really see this in turns 3 and 4. Watch, I turn the wheel, a decent amount on entry to the corner right here. As we're getting into the throttle, I stop turning the wheel as much. See, it's like hardly any steering angle here. We're still turning just as much. It's just I have hardly any steering input, right? So what's going on there is we're just sliding the rear tires just a tiny bit, and that's turning the car, and we're using the aerodynamics to turn the car. That really saves that right front tire, and that's how you have to drive these cars now to keep the right front tire on it.